And it looks like the next abilities don't unlock until rank 2. So we really can't use that right now. Even the Soul Strike Ultimate ability, well, that's not till rank 6. So let's go ahead and select the Green Balance Fungal Growth, I believe. Bond with Nature doesn't unlock till rank 8. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the Fungal Growth. Go ahead and unlock that and put it in slot 2. Let's actually move that to slot 5. So slot 1 is an attack, slot 5 is a heal. I have another skill point left over. So let's go ahead and unlock the Puncture. That sounds good. So we'll do that. So we throw what looks like a bat or an eagle or something. Then we also go ahead and thrust with our weapon. That sounds good to me. Under revised abilities it said Frost Cloak, but like I said, I'm only going to limit myself to try and do only these 2 class paths. And this Winter's Embrace I'm going to leave alone. So we'll see how that works. So as for now, that finishes the tutorial. That gets us up in level. We'll go ahead and I guess we'll take some things out of the urns real quick. And you know what? That's going to do it for this episode. And when we come back, we'll continue on through to Somerset and see what happens out there. So till next time, everybody, thanks for coming along, and we'll see you again shortly. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Elder Scrolls Online series, The Path to Elsweyr. This is what we're doing as Elsweyr is being released on June 4th. So we're going to make our way there, and as you can see, I am King Tolbert the Troll. Crazy Mad King looking. The red beard and everything, but alright, let's go ahead and get back to this. We finished the tutorial last game, or last episode, and so now it's time for us to move on into the town itself, except I forgot one thing for us to do. Quick slots. Right. Press I and then select quick slots, the lightning bolt. In the upper right corner of the window, drag items to the desired slot. Right here. Okay, quick slots. So we can drag things to the desired slot. Alright, let's go ahead and drag the fortifying meal to the first slot. You got it. Alright. Now, things that we want to look at here is that we want to open Forgotten Adventurer's box. Let's use that. We get lockpicks, a filled soul gem, Forgotten Adventurer's bow, and greaves. Alright. So that's good because we don't have greaves on right now. Let's go ahead and equip those. Permanently bind it to my account. Sure, that's fine. Alright, so we got the greaves. The only thing we're missing now is a belt. And unfortunately, we didn't get any belt with that. Weapon-wise, there's the bow. I definitely want to use the bow. I want to be marked as a bowman, not as a sword fighter. But unfortunately, we also took that ability for thrusting with our weapon. We look at skills up here. We look at weapon, one hand and shield. I took the puncture, unfortunately. Wish I could undo that right now since we're going bow. Oh well. But you know what? Let's go ahead and see about firing the bow once. And see, did that unlock the bow skill yet? Or no, it didn't. Okay, we probably have to actually fire at something. Let's go ahead and enter Somerset. And let's see what things are available in here for us to do. What do we have here?
Let the cat fight those monsters. I'm getting out of here. The island sprung a leak. Run.
Okay, Caliber, let's talk to you.
First, the Queen issues a decree that changes the status of Somerset from an isolated paradise into a tourist attraction. Now monsters, sea creatures, I've never seen anything like them. Well, I say let the cat fight them. Better him than me.
Monsters? Cat? Slow down and tell me what happened.
Suddenly the ground opened, spewing water and strange creatures. They attacked us. Luckily, one of the newcomers, a Khajiit, leaped in and drove them back. Called himself Razumdar. He could probably use some help if you're so inclined.
Alright, I'll go talk to Razumdar. We started the quest, the Queen's Decree. Okay. Let's go ahead and find Razumdar. You can see he is located up in the upper area there. Actually, you know what? Before we go do that, let's do this. I want to look at collections. What do we have here? Where are they at? Collections. There we go. Collections menu is home to all your accounts, collections, and downloadable content packs. Collections include wearable costumes, non-combat pets, and mounts. Whenever you obtain a new collectible, it can be found and set as active within this menu. Collectibles can be assigned to a quick slot via the quick slot submenu. Oh, really? Okay, so what do we have? Upgrades. Unlocks the Warden class for use in character creation. Nope, that's what I am. Divine Prosecution Conversion. This collection of style pages, you can make use of Divine Prosecution armor and weapon style. Well, alright. The Morang Tong collection allows you to convert your gear to the Morang Tong style, purchased in Crown Store. Alright. What else do we have here? Appearance I don't really want to mess with. I want to go straight to mounts. And let's go ahead and use the Rod M. Othra mount that we got from the Elsweyr pre-order. Non-combat pets, a dwarven spider, or a fledgling griffin. You know what? I'm going to go without a pet for right now. So there we go. Now we can whistle for our horse. And off we go to find... Oh, he's right here. Okay, never mind. I guess we're not traveling very far. Razumdar, what do you have for me?
Have you ever seen such creatures? Raz has not. Probably neither have you. You are a newcomer, yes? New to this island of high elves? This one has an eye for such things. And you look capable. So can Raz interest you in some cloak and dagger work?
Cloak and dagger work? Sounds ominous.
Ominous? No, nothing of the sort. Well, maybe a little of the sort. Depends on how things develop. Raz has come to Somerset at the behest of Queen Irene to make sure her decree regarding the opening of the island proceeds as she directed.
So, how can I help?
Ask some questions, determine the mood in Shimmerin, and see how the newcomers are faring. Rumors have reached the Queen, and she is concerned. So Razumdar comes to see what is happening and fight strange creatures. Now Raz is concerned as well.
Okay, I'll ask some questions around the city. Oops.
Raz never saw such monsters in his life. They appear related to water, but this one tends to avoid this stuff. That pearl, though, Raz swears it was calling those creatures. A mystery for another time, perhaps. Now, we need to see to the newcomers.
Okay, so I accidentally skipped the previous dialogue. I had clicked on the link for the one dialogue, and I thought it didn't take. Clicked the second time, and it just skipped right by. So, based off of this one, anyone in specific you want me to talk to regarding the Queen's Decree?
As a matter of fact, Raz made a list. Old Newell, a high elf artisan, spoke out. See what she complained about. Then there's Soxolza, a persecuted Argonian newcomer. Finally, Ranuel, a city resident noted in the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
Okay, 3 people you want me to talk to. What did Olenwill speak out about, and where can I find her?
Old Newell complained about it. No. Raz doesn't want to prejudice your investigation. You will find out when you talk to her. The artists like to gather shells along the eastern coast. She uses them to make paints and dyes.
Okay. What about Ranuel? That doesn't sound like a high elf name.
True. Not enough syllables. Ranuel's a Redguard, whose family has lived in Shimmerin for generations. He's a well-respected trader, with a few warehouses along the docks. Talk to him before the Divine Prosecution decides to arrest him.
And what's the divine prosecution?
The divine prosecution serves as law keepers and protectors of social standards. Very persnickety. When the rules are broken, they record it in their observation logs. If your name winds up on their list, things get complicated.
So what do you mean Saxolza is being persecuted?
Something to do with monks and newcomer registration. Roz is looking into that. Last I heard, Soxolza was seen leaving the city and heading west. Probably trying to reach the water. Lizards like water, yes? Not Roz. Ugh. Roz hates the wet stuff.
What does all this have to do with that geyser and those creatures?
Nothing at all. Unless you think they came to Somerset because of the Queen's decree. No, that would be ridiculous. Let's not lose focus. Just see what Olnuel, Soxolza, and Ranul have to say about newcomers and the mood in Shimarin.
Well, what do you expect me to learn by talking to these people?
We need to confirm these rumors or else put an end to them. Everyone should be pleased with the Queen's decree. Opening the border shows progress, yes? However, if any of her loyal subjects reject progress, well, Raz needs to know that too.
Okay, I'll go talk to Olenwell, Ranul, and Soxolza.
While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching and clawing. Let's meet near the entrance to Shimarin when you have something to report.
Is there anything I should know about Shimmering before I head out?
Raz knows very little about city ordinances or how to tell the difference between mead and ale, so let's avoid those topics, yes? Otherwise, this one knows all about the Queen's decree and the initial reaction of the nobles and kin lady.
And who are you again?
Raz is wounded to the core. Forgotten already. This one usually leaves a better impression. I am Razumdar, Queen Irene's eye and Dark Lantern agent extraordinaire. But that is a secret between you and me. To everyone else, this one is simply Raz.
So, hold on. We just met and you're telling me that you're a secret dark agent? Not the best choice there, buddy. But, you know what? Tell me about the Queen's decree.
Queen Irene, her most excellent leader of the Aldmeri Dominion, has issued a decree opening the once forbidden land of Somerset to traders, visitors, and immigrants of all races. Controversial, yes, but part of her plan for the Dominion's future.
And this is a problem?
For some. High elves talk of perfection, but they are a complicated people. Various individuals in Somerset take issue with their queen, with change of any sort, actually. The kin lady, for example. Some nobles. Makes my job complicated.
So what's that about the kin lady and the nobles?
Kin Lady Avenice has made her views on the Queen's decree quite clear. She calls it unreasonable, dangerous. A few of the city's nobles have sided with the Kin Lady, as has the new Oldark at the monastery. My queen permits discussion, to a point.
So the kin lady opposes the Queen's decree?
She has spoken against it. Now Raz needs to know how far she will go to defy the will of the Queen. Does she grumble but welcome the newcomers, or is she using every option at her disposal to block their arrival? Raz will find out, with your help.
Okay, so I guess we better go talk to those three people. Let's see where we have things at. Let's bring up the map. And, well, you can see they're a little bit close by. By there, there, and there. This one has got to be inside the city. And this is the city of Shimmering. And I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's a house for sale. But let's go ahead and head over to Olenwell first, as they're just close by, right along the coastline there to the east. Go right over yonder. Let's go ahead and find out what this person has to say. I'm guessing we got to come down here. Let's go ahead and run it. And ran right past it, apparently. And why can't I get back up there? There we go. Nobody there. Is that them? Doesn't look like it. Nope, that's a Malerndon. So... Alright, so coming here, we're in the area. So maybe they're around the corner here? A runestone? No idea what that's for. But we'll pick it up, might as well. But I got nothing as far as where this person is. Sol... or Sox Olza. Yep, I got nothing. Oh, wait, maybe that's them over there. There they are.
Own patch of beach.
Olenwell, what do you have to say?
Not that you'd understand the concept, but the path to Alaxon requires dedication and complete concentration. I must find the perfect shells, or my pigments will be substandard. And do you know what that will do to my art? Exactly.
And what's the path to Alaxon?
An ultimate concept practiced widely here in Somerset. Alaxon is the state of perfection that every high elf strives for. The path to Alaxon represents the approach we take to achieve that state. Now, why have you interrupted my work?
I interrupted because I heard you made complaints in Shimmering. I'd like to hear about that.
I believe in caution as much as the next high elf, but sometimes the rules get in the way of common sense. My apprentice lived here for more than a year. Good help is so hard to find, especially among the newcomers, and she was adept at making dyes.
Well, what happened to your apprentice?
They took her away. Said they had to scrutinize her qualifications, test her knowledge of culture and etiquette. But I haven't seen her since. My work suffers, so of course I complained to the monks. Now I have to gather my own shells.
Well, did the monks offer any explanation as to where she was or when she'd be returned?
They told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the kin lady. But who has time for such bureaucracy? And for a wood elf? I've said too much. I have work to do, and all this aggravation has diverted my path to Alaxon.
Well, I'll let you get back to your work.
Perfection
All right.
requires constant vigilance, so back to it.
Okay, so she seems to be a little snobby as far as high elves versus wood elves. So that's interesting. But now let's go ahead and run off and find somebody else here. Go back to the map. We have Soxolza to the west and Ranul inside the city. Let's actually go to Soxolza and see what they have to say. And apparently they're below me as where I'm at right now. And I just ran out of stamina. Alright, let's take another look at the map. I'm trying to follow the road as much as possible. They're just next to the water. If I remember correctly, this is the lizard one. So, you know what, let's forego the road and let's just travel across land and hope I don't get attacked. Really hope I don't get attacked by all these wolves around and everything. And alright, that looks like the person... Looks like the person's dead. But there are backpacks here. And what do we get from the backpack? A note. Somerset is not the wondrous paradise the heralds proclaimed it to be. Despite the fine words in the Queen's decree, the High Elves want nothing to do with outsiders. They treat the newcomers worse than a mud flea on a guar. As soon as I stepped off the boat, priests from the monastery collected me for some sort of cultural assessment to ascertain my understanding of social rules and regulations. However, no one actually asked me any questions. They locked me in a cell somewhere in the bowels of the monastery, along with other newcomers to the island. Something about the whole affair felt wrong to me, like warm water in an otherwise cool stream. Oh, that's just gross. When I heard one of the monks give thanks with a Daedric prayer, I knew I had to get out of there. I used the talents I learned from associates who may or may not have belonged to the Thieves' Guild. I know you disapprove of my friends, and slipped out of the cell and away from the monastery. In the morning, I plan to head to Alinor. Hopefully I can secure passage back to Murkmire there. Frankly, at this point, any destination would be preferable to here. Sox Olza. Alright, so I guess we completed talking to Soxola since they appear to be dead. And so one more person to talk to, and that is Ranuel. Now, like I said, it looks like they're inside the city. So let's go ahead and I believe there's going to be an entrance along the coast here to get to that part. So let's go ahead and run over that way and see what we can find out. And you know what? Along the way, we might as well go ahead and try to kill a few things. Let's see if we can get some experience from something that is aggressive. So let's avoid killing the animals and whatnot. Let's see about anything. I guess not. I guess we're not killing anything along the way, but we found more runestone. And apparently we discovered Shimmerine. And my green balance increased to 2. Okay. Dive increased to 3, puncture increased to 2, fungal growth increased to 2. Well, that works. Alright, some guard there. Let's go ahead and keep on going around the corner. Let's find this Ranuel. I wonder if these are animals you could like buy eventually or sometime or something. Don't know. Well, let's see. I believe Ranuel is the boat builder here. And Ranuel's there.
A newcomer in the warehouse district. Unusual. But how can I help you today, my friend?
I was wondering how your name ended up in the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
The Divine? Who told you that? If a Justiciar sent you to try and trick me into confessing... No. The High Elves would never send a newcomer to perform such a task. But I admit it. I made my thoughts known.
And what were those thoughts, if you don't mind me asking?
I arranged to bring my cousin here to work with me. The ship arrived, but all the newcomers were carted away. For questioning, they said. I complained to the kin lady and anyone else who would listen. And what has it gotten me? Nothing.
Oh, you're not a high elf. Have you lived in Somerset very long?
Oh, my family has been here for generations and generations. Before the Queen's decree, outsiders might have been rare, but we were not unheard of. Our business has grown and gets better every day. That's why I sent for my cousin. We need the help.
Do you like living in Somerset?
Somerset is a rare and beautiful jewel in the Abetian Sea. I love it here. The High Elves treat us like children, but they have never been hostile. The Queen's decree has stirred the waters, though. I fear it will get worse before it gets better.
Boy, oh boy, alright. So goodbye, Ranuel. Let's go back and talk to Razumdar, who is above from where I'm at. So I need to go up a staircase or something. And while we're running to talk to Razumdar, let's see if we can come across anything to attack or get some experience from. We don't even know if Razumdar, is he outside the city or is he inside the city? Looks like he's outside the city. And let's see, how can we get to the world map? I actually don't see the world map. Nope, okay. I don't see a way to get to the world map, so let's just go ahead and try to run out this archway here and see if that'll give me what I'm looking for. Let's go back to the map now. There we go. So Razumdul is just there on the outskirts of the city. Alright. And hey, that looks like something to attack. There we go. And there's the skill line for the bow. Insect parts and river bait. Okay, sure, we'll take that. Now we want to go ahead and take a look at those skills for bow. So we have snipe, volley, scatter shot. See, all this would have been better than to take that puncture. So I'm actually going to go back and restart this and get to the same point after we end this episode to not take that puncture. Or at least I'm going to try to. But first things first, let's go ahead and get to Razumdar here. And see what he has to say about everything after we went and talked to everybody. Just trying to follow it on my map. Where are you at, buddy? There you are, right there.
Why have you closed the monastery?
Good people, I hear your concerns.
Well, the workers I hired, they were aboard the ship from Rivenspire.
The kin lady and I, we have only your best interests in mind. Every guest must be sequestered while we ascertain their suitability for Altmer society.
Well, that.
Old Dark's right. Lock up the newcomers.
Send the newcomers back where they came from. We don't want them here.
Well, that sounds quite like the Civil War conflict going on there.
Such anger. Raz never expected to hear such words from the Queen's loyal subjects. The sentiment isn't universal, but enough feel this way for Raz to be concerned. Did you learn anything interesting from the people I sent you to talk to?
The artist's assistant and the Redguard's cousin have both been sequestered.
Sequestered? Just a different word for imprisoned, yes. Ranul's cousin just arrived, but O'Newell's assistant has lived on Somerset since long before the Queen ever issued her decree. What about the lizard? What did Soxolza have to say?
Soxolza was dead by the time I reached him. I found this letter in his pack.
Why would the Aldar gather up newcomers and non-High Elf residents alike and send them to the monastery? Does the kin lady condone this behavior? Raz's head itches. And not in a good way. Our course is clear, Fiveclaw. We must go to the monastery.
Alright, I'll help you investigate the monastery.
Raz admires your enthusiasm, but this one needs you to enter the monastery on your own. Raz has other fish to catch. This one will help you get past the sentry, though. When you notice that the sentry is distracted, just sleep quietly inside.
Okay, sounds good. But we'll get to that come next episode. As for now, thanks for coming along, and we'll see you in the next one.